What is going on, everybody? It is an absolutely beautiful day today, and it is an absolutely beautiful day to bring you guys a recap and our week one prep for the Smokin' Hot Battle League, a draft league sponsored by my good pal Smokin' Hot Ginger. I'll put all his stuff in the description below. You guys should go follow him, join his Discord. What he does is amazing. But I'm he graciously asked me to be a part of my first ever draft league. It is a VGC style best of 3 draft league. I had the 6th overall pick. So the way it works is there's actually 3 different tiers. There's a Master Ball tier, which is like the best of the best, super duper competitive. Like we even have like a couple like semi pros chilling in the Master Ball tier. And then you have the middle tier, which is what I'm in. You know, the people that are competent. Not I don't want to say competent because people in the bottom tiers are very competent as well. But the people in the middle tiers have experience with competitive Pokemon. Just aren't looking to be pushed super hard like the people in the Master Ball tier. But might some of them might be able to make that jump up to Master Ball tier at one point. So I am in that we call that Premier Ball 1, and then there is Premier Ball 2, which is kind of more like novice people who are just trying to get into competitive Pokemon. That's going to be their tier there. I had the 6th overall pick. This team right down here is not the full team. This is going to be the team that I'm bringing to week 1. We'll get to that in a second. But I'm going to show you guys over here in Pokemon Showdown, kind of give a breakdown of my picks. There's going to be 8 people in each league, in each tier. And then I believe if you win your league, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you go on to face the other people in each tier. But I could be wrong about that. I'll put something on the screen if I'm right or wrong. But yeah, I had 6th overall pick. Let's hop right into it. I'll give you guys a little breakdown of who we picked. Alright, so my first overall pick was the not fully evolved Pokemon Porygon 2. Now, Porygon 2 is definitely one of the best Pokemon in VGC format. In my opinion, at least, I think it's super, super underrated. Obviously, with Eviolite, it boosts its defense to absolutely crazy stats. So at level 50, it's 1.5 times. So you're gonna 1.5 times each of these defense stats. So Porygon 2 is very versatile. It obviously has download, which is extremely good. Trace, which can be used, and obviously if you want to run more of not necessarily an offensive, but more of an offensive Porygon 2, you could always run Analytic, which if your Pokemon goes last, which 99% of the time your Porygon 2 is probably going to go last unless it's in Trick Room. But yeah, like I said, it gets Trick Room, which is obviously one of the best things in VGC style draft. He gets Recover, which gotta have good recovery. Thunder Wave for speed control, and it also gets a lot of special and even physical coverage. It gets Bolt Beam coverage with Ice Beam. It gets Discharge. It gets Blizzard. It even gets Foul Play, which I've seen be used in singles and doubles. It gets Magic Coat, Pain Split, Psychic, Psyshock, Reflect, Shadow Ball. Like I said, Bolt Beam coverage. Obviously, try attack for stab, Trick, Zen Headbutt if you're trying to run like more of a physical one, which people don't normally do, but also gets Ally Switch, and Ally Switch is not going to be on any of my teams. I know it's a very good move, but I honestly think it's kind of cheap and kind of lame. But that's just my opinion. But other than that, obviously, you can run Dream Eater if you wanted to. Gravity is kind of an underrated move. Hyper Beam if you want to like max it. If you want to Dynamax, get a nice big stab hit off. But yeah, so that is my first. That was my first round draft pick in the tournament, number 6 overall. My second overall pick was Primarina. Now I know you're thinking Primarina, but let me introduce you to something called Liquid Voice. Liquid Voice makes all sound-based moves water-type moves. So, if you use something like Hyper Voice, a 90 base normal type move that normally that will hit both targets becomes a 90 base water type move that only hits the two opposing targets. So you don't have to use the inaccurate Muddy Water. You don't have to use Surf to hit your other team member. And with Life Orb, you guys are gonna see in the week 1 match, which will come probably on Sunday, that this thing is an absolute beast. Obviously, you can run zero speed in Trick Room, and it's really, really slow, which is really good. So you don't have to invest in your speed stat. You can invest in your HP stat, and this thing becomes quite bulky. So obviously max special attack level 50, 195, 126 base special attack is nothing to sneeze at. It's very, very strong. So my third overall pick was Pelipper. So I did not bring Pelipper week 1, as I told you guys. This down below is the week 1 team that we'll get into. But Pelipper is very, very good. Obviously, you get Drizzle. You're probably only going to run Drizzle on Pelipper if you're going to bring it. It gets U-Turn. It gets Wide Guard. It gets Tailwind. It gets Weather Ball. It obviously gets Hydro Pump. It gets Air Slash. It gets Blizzard. If you want to run a physical Pelipper, it gets Brave. It gets Brave Bird. It gets the new move Dual Wing Beat. It gets Gunk Shot. Obviously, 100% accurate Hurricanes in the rain. Ice Beam Knockoff. Quick Attack. It gets Seed Bomb. Like, this thing has crazy coverage and really good status moves. Let's see what else it gets. It even can get Hail, for God's sakes, if you want to. It gets Mud Slap, like if you want to run a max special attack, Mud Slapping, and then you max it and you go for Mud Slap. I've seen that before. Draft League is like you're gonna see some crazy heat. You know what I'm saying? My next pick in the 4th round was Tangrowth. So just a little FYI, the way things worked is you got 1 S tier, that was Porygon 2, and you got 2, reconnect, okay. So the way things worked is you got 1 S tier, which was Porygon. I actually picked mine just in straight order, like from S to D tier. So you got 1 S tier, you got 2 A tiers, and then you got 3 Bs, 3 Cs, and 3 Ds. And obviously, I'll let you guys know in order what those were. So Porygon 2 was my S, and Primarina and Pelipper were my 2 As. My first B in the 4th round was Tangrowth. Now, I know people are like, oh, but Tangela's better, blah, 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 Tangela's better, Eviolite Tangela. I don't think so. I don't think it is. I think that Tangrowth is so versatile. It gets crazy coverage on the physical and the special side, and these attack stats are nothing to sneeze at. 100 base attack and 110 base special attack, that's pretty good, even if you're not invested. So you could even run like a max HP, max, even like a max special defense assault vest stat with, a little bit in your defense, and you could run a Stomping Tantrum or an Earthquake with Energy Ball. Let's see what special moves it gets. You could run Ancient Power. You could run Focus Blast, Infestation, Shockwave, Sludge Bomb, Solar Beam. And then if we go on the physical side, you have your Body Slam, you have Brick Break, you have Double Edge, you have Knockoff, Poison Jab, Rock Slide, Power Whip, Seed Bomb, Aerial, Brutal Swing, Bulldoze, Bullet Seed even can be used. Grassy Glide if you happen to be going up against like a Rillaboom or something like that. Rock Tomb, Solar Blade, anything. You know what I'm saying? This thing gets crazy coverage, and it also gets a lot of good status moves. So obviously it gets Rage Powder. Obviously you're not going to run status moves with Assault Vest, but it's not what I want. You can get Curse, Leech Seed, Morning Sun if you're going against a Sun team. It gets Reflect, Sleep Powder, Stun Spore. It can get Swords Dance, Synthesis, Grassy Terrain. It can get Poison Powder even. That's not very good, but Rage Powder, Sunny Day, Worry Seed if you're worried about a Pokemon's ability. So I think Tangrowth is a super, super value pick in the B tier. I think that probably could have been an A tier selection, but I'm really, really happy about my Tangrowth pick. Now, my next pick was actually Crocodile. Now, I wanted Hippowdon as my ground type, but I'm really happy that Crocodile fell to me as well. Obviously, you can use your Scarf Moxie set. You can use Intimidate. Anger Point is something that can be kind of a niche thing in VGC. Obviously, Earthquake, Darkest Lariat, high horsepower. You have Aqua Tail, Body Slam, Brick Break, Close Combat, Crunch, Dragon Claw, Dragon Tail, Facade. You get Fire Fang. You get Focus Punch. You get Foul Play, Hone Claws, Iron Tail, Low Kick, Outrage, Power Up Punch, Rock Slide, Scale Shot, Smackdown, Stone Edge, Throat Chop, Taunt, Superpower. You have Aerial Ace. You have Brutal Swing. You hit all these really important key things that you need for a Dark type and a ground type. But yeah, with 117 base attack, 92 base speed, which is pretty good for a 117 base attacker. You guys are gonna see in the match that Crocodile is pretty good for us. So that concludes all of the A, S, B, and A tier Pokemon. Oh, wait, did I show Clefable? I didn't. So Clefable was actually my pick, my last pick of the B tiers. And I mean, Clefable is kind of self-explanatory. Very good tank, kind of a good cleric. Obviously, it can get a lot of coverage. It gets, Moonblast, Thunderbolt, Blizzard, all that stuff. It can run Encore, Helping Hand, Follow Me, which are 3 really important status moves in VGC. Dazzling Gleam. It gets Belly Drum if you want. Flamethrower, Focus Punch, Heal Bell, Hyper Voice, Ice Beam, Knockoff, Meteor Beam, all this stuff, all this good coverage, and 95 base HP is really, really good. You could run it with Leftovers, you could run it with whatever, honestly. So those are the first 6 picks. We'll go on to the next 6 right here. So my first C pick, round 7, was Durant. Now, unlike the first 6, I feel like Durant is kind of a one-trick pony. It's going to be a physical attacker. You're going to run it with Hustle. You're not going to want Swarm, or you're not going to want Truant. And you're pretty much, if you're bringing Durant into a battle, it's going to have to be your Maxmon, because Hustle, while it does do 1.5 times your Pokemon's attack, your physical attacks are lowered accuracy. But if you guys didn't know, Dynamax actually eliminates the accuracy function. So you're still going to get the boost, but you're not going to lose your accuracy. And it doesn't really do a whole lot. Iron Head, Crunch, First Impression. You could even run Dig if you wanted to. I think it's really good when you're maxing. It's a good max ground move. You get Facade. You can use Rock Polish, Rock Slide, Shadow Claw, Superpower, X Scissor, Thunder Wave if you really wanted to. But that's pretty much about it, what Durant's going to be doing on this team. It's just really, really fast. I needed a good poison resist. It's really, really bulky. You could run max HP, max attack if your opponent has a little bit slower of a team. 109 base attack is pretty good. 112 base defense is pretty good. 58 HP is pretty bad, but it is what it is. My next pick, 8th overall, was 8th round was Gardevoir. I think Gardevoir in C tier is ridiculous. This thing gets so much coverage. It can be a tank, it can be a cleric, it can be a sweeper, it can be a choice scarf user, it can be a choice specs user. It is so good. At that base 80 speed, you can run it in Trick Room. You know, if you do 0 speed with minus speed nature, level 50 will change it. You know, you're getting 76 speed, which, I mean, unless there's another Pokemon that you're looking like that's just extremely slow, like Torkoal or something like that, you're gonna outslow everything in Trick Room, which I believe it also gets. It does. So I have at this moment I have 2. Does Clefable get Trick Room? I don't think it does. I don't think Clefable gets Trick Room. I could be wrong, but I don't think it does. It does. It does not. So at this point, I have 2 Trick Room users. So Gardevoir is my second Trick Room user. It gets Reflect, it gets Light Screen, it gets Calm Mind, it gets Destiny Pawn, Disable, Dazzling Gleam. I don't think it gets Ice Beam though. It gets Ice Punch, but you know, Encore, Expanding Force. If you're running against a Indeedee female, Heal Bell, Hyper Voice, Knockoff, Memento. It gets Mystical Fire as a fire coverage move. So just really good overall. Shadow Ball. It gets Shadow Sneak. I actually not last year, in 2019, I was running a weakness policy Dragapult with Shadow Sneak Gardevoir, and I would Shadow Sneak my own Dragapult, and then I would be able to dish out massive damage with the weakness policy Dragapult. It was pretty niche, but it was pretty fun. So yeah, Gardevoir, I'm super happy that it fell to me. So my next pick, round 9, I believe. Yeah. So my last C tier pick was Heliolisk. At this point, I didn't have any electric types. And for electric types, you pretty much want it to be fast. A lot of electric types are just like glass cannons, so you pretty much want your electric types to be, you know, hard hitting, fast, and have decent coverage. And that's what you get with Heliolisk. You know, it has 3 pretty good abilities. Sandveil is kind of niche, but Dry Skin and Solar Power are pretty good. You got that base 109 speed, which is the same as Durant, so I don't get any additional speed. You know, so if someone needs to like prep for like 109 speed, they can just run 1 up from both of those Pokemon, if that makes sense. But 109 base special attack, 94 Spadef. That's not bad. You know, you can run this as a choice specs user. You can run it as an assault vest user. You can run it as a choice scarf user. Expert belt, focus sash, Shookaberry. But you're getting a lot of good special coverage. You're getting Dark Pulse, Discharge, Dragon Pulse. You're getting Focus Splash. You're getting Grass Knot, Hyper Voice. It even gets Light Screen. Quick Attack. You're getting Surf, Thunder, Thunderbolt. Obviously, and with that, you know, if you're running a Rain team, which actually matches up really well with my Pelipper, you know, you're gonna get healed. And then Thunder is going to be 100% accurate. You're getting U-Turn and Volt Switch, Weather Ball, another Ally Switch user. What else? We get Charge Beam if you want to do that. Electric Terrain, it gets Electro Ball if you're running really fast stuff. Hyper Beam if you want to run a max one. We get Mud Slap again if you want to get a little cheeky. Rising Voltage, which does double damage in electric terrain. Solar Beam, if you're going to run it on a Sun team, which you can't run it on a Sun team because of thanks to solar power. And yeah, so that's going to be my fast electric type. And then my first D tier selection was Flygon. Now, I looked at my team and I was lacking a dragon type. And the dragon type that I wanted was actually... I think it was Hydreigon. I wanted Hydreigon, but I got selected. So I figured I would let a couple picks go by, a couple rounds go by, and see if Flygon was still there. Gives me another ground type user. Gives me a Levitator, which is pretty good. With that base 100 speed. You know, it can be run as a, you know, you can run it as choice bane. You can run it even as choice specs. You can run it as choice scarf, assault, assault vest, 80 across the board except for your attack and special. I'm sorry, not special. Speed. So you can run, like I said, choice band, choice scarf, choice specs, expert belt, life orb. You can even run a bulky set if you really wanted to, but you're probably not gonna want to do that. But you're getting a lot of good stuff here with Flygon. You're getting an electric immunity. You're getting a ground immunity. You're getting a poison resist, which is something I really needed still. But you're getting Boom Burst. You're getting Crunch. You're getting Draco Meteor. You're getting Dragon Claw. You're getting Dragon Dance. So he could be a setup sweeper for you. But yeah, you're getting First Impression. A lot of good coverage, and so you're probably not going to run a lot of status moves besides your setup moves. I don't think it really gets it doesn't get a whole lot. Roost, it does get Tailwind, which is pretty good. So my second Tailwind user. Other than that, it gets Swagger. You're probably not going to use any status moves. My second to last pick, the penultimate pick, was Magmortar. I needed a fire type. I needed a somewhat speedy fire type, so I decided to pick Magmortar. Magmortar is kind of the same thing as Durant. You're gonna get a one-trick pony, pretty much. You got Flame Body and Vital Spirit. At level 50, you're gonna get just a really hard-hitting special attacker. 125 base special attack, just like Primarina. 83 speed, not bad. You're gonna be running as a choice scarf user. 25 HP with 95 speed def isn't bad either. You can run that as an assault vest with max defense, maybe. But Sword and Shield really gave this thing a lot of new coverage. Like, it gets Scorching Sands. Like, before Scorching Sands, if you wanted to run a special ground type move, you were relying on Mud Slap. But if you didn't want to use that, you're running you're running Earthquake or Bulldoze or Stomping Tantrum. But now you get Scorching Sands, which is a ground type Scald, pretty much, which is very, very, very good. Makes this thing way better. So you can hit those fire types, you can hit those rock types and those steel types. So yeah, so you're gonna get Flamethrower or Fire Blast. You're gonna get Thunderbolt. Let's see what else it gets. You can run Belch. You can run Belch if you really wanted to. You get Clear Smog to get rid of those setup mons, Heat Wave and Lava Plume if you're trying to hit both opponents. Overheat for that really big hit. Psychic is really good. Like I said, I mentioned Scorching Sands and Weather Ball. Belch is really good if you want to run it as a Dynamax mon. But Solar Beam on a Sun team. But yeah, like I said, Magmortar is pretty much a one-trick pony here. And then my final pick was going to be Stoutland. I was going to pick Stoutland, but it got picked 3 picks before me by Ginger, the host of the tournament, who's also playing in. I think I battled him last in the last week, so that would be really, really cool. So I looked at my team, and I was looking at my team, and I was thinking, what do I really need? And one glaring thing stood out to me, and I didn't have a ghost type. You know, Cofagrigus is already off the board. Runerigus was already off the board. Dusclops was in S tier, so I couldn't pick that. I only had my last D tier selection left. And looking at what was there, I could have picked. I don't even know. I could have picked Haunter, but Haunter doesn't really do what I needed to. Looking at my team, I had a lot of special attackers. You know, Primarina, special attacker, Clefable, Gardevoir, Heliolisk, Magmortar. So I ended up picking Dusknoir. Now I'm pretty happy with this pick because it was like a very last second pick. Crazy defenses, really high attack, really low speed, which is really good for our Trick Room team. Obviously, if you want to run it, I'd probably run it as a physical attacker. You would run it as max HP with a minus speed, with probably 52 in attack, and then probably 4 in either defense or special defense. So you probably want like a Brave Nature. At level 50, you're hitting 140 49. Why am I... No, I want 31 IVs. You're hitting 167 attack, which is nothing to sneeze at. But you're not really getting a lot of good physical ghost type moves. So if we type in ghost here, you know, you're going to get Poltergeist. That's kind of a niche move. You're going to get Shadow Sneak. And your hardest hitting ghost type is going to be Shadow Punch, which is going to do a decent amount of damage. If you run Life Orb, you know, it's going to give you more. You can even run Muscle Band or whatever. So you're pretty much gonna like I said, this is kind of a one-trick pony. It's gonna be your normal type and fighting type immunity. It's gonna hit ghost types hard. It's gonna be able to tank hits for you with that 135 defenses all around. You could run it as a tank with your defenses, or if you run it as an assault vest user, this would be one of the best assault vest users. Late assault vest users on the board. You know, see what your status moves are. I know it gets Trick Room. You get Destiny Bond, you get Calm Mind, you get Memento, you get Haze, Disable, Pain Split if you want to. It gets decent recovery move, Taunt, which is big. Another Trick Room user, Will-O-Wisp. So you're getting a lot of good stuff here with Dust and War as your last pick. So that does it. So just a little overview here. Here are the picks. Porygon 2, Primarina, Pelipper, Tangrowth, Clefable, Crook, Durant, Gardevoir, Heliolisk, Flygon, Magmortar, and Dusknoir. Now I'm going to swap over to Sword and Shield, and I'm going to show you guys the prep for Week 1 against ToonSair. So I'll be right back. So we are back here. We're going to give you a little bit of overview for ToonSair's team. I might not put anything up on the screen. I'll just go over really quick what Toon has. His S tier pick was Dragapult, and then he has Ferrothorn, Gengar, Toxapex, Scolipede, Ditto, Tyrantrum, Noivern, Golurk, Mawile, Spiritomb, and Drapion. So building this team, what I like to do is I like to build a team that's going to be able to take on any combination of any of the 12 that he brings. So you draft 12, you bring 6, and then you pick 4 to go into each of the best of 3. So this is my 6 that I'm picking right down here. I'm going to bring Porygon, Primarina, Crocodile, Clefable, Magmortar, and Durant. So Durant was the one. So Durant, I guess we'll go from Porygon. So this week, I'm going to be running an Eviolite Porygon, obviously to like every other week. We're going to be running a max HP, max defense with 4 in Spadef. Yeah, and we're going to be running a Adamant Nature. It's not what I'm going to be running. I had to use a what do you call it? A mint to change my thing. And so the way mints work, it doesn't show up on your actual Pokemon that you change the nature. It just shows up on this screen. So you guys can see this is not an Adamant Nature. So we're running a Relaxed Nature, which is going to be plus defense minus speed. And I am running, as you guys will check here in a second, I am running no good speed, which means it's going to be 0 speed. So we're obviously going to be running a Trick Room team. So Trick Room, Recover, Ice Beam, and Protect on Porygon 2. This is going to be my designated lead unless I see otherwise. The only way it wouldn't be a lead is if I saw Dragapult and Golurk. If I see Dragapult and Golurk and possibly like Spiritomb, I'm probably not going to lead Porygon 2 only because those two, except for Dragapult, are pretty slow. So I'll probably end up leading Crocodile, which I'll show you guys in a second. So we have our Primarina, Life Orb Primarina. Obviously, we're going to be running Liquid Voice. We're running max special attack, max HP with, I believe that's Sassy. Bull. Oh, it is Sassy. It's going to be a Sassy Nature. Quiet Nature. My apologies. We're going to be plus special attack, minus speed. It's going to be quiet. We're running Moonblast, Hyper Voice, Psychic, and Protect. This is going to be our main Trick Room attacker. A lot of poison types, so we've got to run that Psychic. Hyper Voice is obviously going to hit Golurk. It's going to hit a lot of stuff for neutral damage. It's going to hit Gengar for neutral. It's going to hit Scolipede for neutral. It's going to hit Golurk super effectively. It's going to hit everything except for except for 4 Pokemon, being Noivern, Ferrothorn, Dragapult, and Toxapex neutral, which is huge. And with that Life Orb, it's going to be doing massive amounts of damage. And then Moonblast, obviously, to hit Tyrantrum and the other 2 Dragon types, Noivern and Dragapult. So that's what we're going to be running there. The next mod, which I expect to put in massive amounts of damage and massive amounts of work, is Crocodile. If you look at his team, Crocodile pretty much, Choice Scarf, Moxie, Crook pretty much beats everything. We're running Adamant Nature, max speed, Choice Scarf outspeeds Dragapult by 2 points, which is great. So if you look at it and look at this set that I'm bringing, we'll just go through his team here. Dragapult dies to Darkest Lariat, Ferrothorn dies to Fire Fang, Gengar dies to High Horsepower or Darkest Lariat, Toxapex dies to High Horsepower, Scolipede dies to Rock Slide, Ditto is Ditto, Tyrantrum dies to High Horsepower, Noivern dies to Rock Slide, Golurk dies to Darkest Lariat, Mawile dies. Do you guys get it here? Crocodile is very, very, very good against him, and I expect him to prep for that. But there's not really a whole lot he could do, to be honest. It beats Mawile. Only thing it doesn't hit super effectively would be Ditto, because if it turns into Crocodile, and Spiritomb. I thought Crook got Play Rough, but it does not. So Crocodile is going to be very, very good. Next mod is going to be Clefable, running Leftovers, Clefable, with a Sassy Nature. This is where the Sassy Nature is coming in. A plus special defense minus speed with no good speed, so it's going to be able to run under Trick Room as well. And max HP. Running Flamethrower, Dazzling Gleam, Follow Me, and Protect. Follow Me is obviously just really, really good for redirection. Flamethrower hits Ferrothorn, and Dazzling Gleam hits all the Dragon types, which are really, really good. Hits Drapion for neutral damage. And yeah, then we're bringing Magmortar. We're bringing Magmortar solely because of Ferrothorn. I don't have anything that really hit Ferrothorn super hard besides Crook's Fire Fang, Clefable's Flamethrower, but both of those Pokemon take if he runs max attack, and I have Trick Room up, and he runs minimum speed, he's gonna outslow everything on my team. He's also gonna be able to hit Clefable and Crocodile super effectively with Power Whip and Iron Head or Steel Move, respectively. So Magmortar is there solely to take out Ferrothorn. If I don't see Ferrothorn, we're probably not going to bring this thing, because I have ways to deal with Mawile, which is the only other steel type mod. So we're running Scorching Sands, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Protect with a Focus Sash, and plus speed, minus Tag Nature. I believe that's Jolly. It's Timid. I always get Jolly and Timid mixed up. And then the final mod we're bringing is Durant. He has a lot of poison types. So if I don't see too many poison types, if I see Scolipede and Drapion, I'm bringing Durant. If not, I will not. Running Akaberry just in case of those cheeky little fire hits. But running max speed, max attack with a Jolly Nature. With Iron Head, Dig, Rock Slide, Protect. Dig is there for when we max. We're obviously running Hustle as well. And yeah, so that is the team. I will post the battle on Saturday or Sunday. Might be Saturday. We'll see. But yeah, that's a team. Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys are excited to see week 1 of the Draft League. Week 2, we're taking on RT Department. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.